Alright, so I'm gonna this tutorial is specifically for camp video editing. Now this one is gonna be more towards Brooklyn camp specific, but the but I'll make the difference as I go along. um, you should have already watched the other tutorial, the first tutorial that I made years ago. That covers just about everything that you need to know about Premiere and how to maneuver it. Um, so this one I'm not gonna spend too much time going through any specifics. You should already know how to move things around, where to find things. There are slight differences as the updates with Premiere goes, but it's the same concept. Um, so I'm gonna import our first video. I'm just making sure that the settings are right. Sequence settings you should already know. When you render these, you want them to be at maximum render quality. But like that little message popped up. If your computer can't handle it, then don't do it. It does take a lot of memory. You can buy now RAM wise. You guys should have at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. I'm not sure if I covered it in the old video. Get computers that can handle 16 gigabytes. If you want to know more about specs, you could just Google Adobe specs, and the link pops up. But really and truly, your computer should be able to handle at least 16 gigabytes of RAM or more if you want to have an easier time working with this thing. I have 16 gigabytes of RAM and I still have trouble sometimes. So the more the better. And as far as physical memory, you can get the terabytes for $50 on Amazon. This is the outside the external hard drives. So now I'm just gonna import let's see.
2,000 years after the departure.
Yeah, this is the one you want to use for the intros. This one that says specifically New York City Intro Final FW 2016. Because if you use the other one, there'll be copyright infringement, and basically whoever made that beat is gonna be making money off the video. So, and we really don't want that. So, first things first, the intro is this New York City intro, 2016. Copy. And you'll hear it because when it's got that specific trumpet. The other one that gets the copyright infringement sounds different. It's a trumpet, but it sounds different.
Of Jesus the Christ.
That's it. So now you see how it just comes in. We don't want that. What we want is a smooth transition. Go to effects, video transitions. Dissolve, dip to black. with a dip to black.
You do not know.
Now that was a little long. Officer Jonah wants it short.
You do. You.
That's pretty good. Could be a slightly shorter.
You do not know.
There we go. Now we transition the audio transitions. Exponential fade.
You do not. You do not know. You do not know what true justice is. Read.
Now this again. This is Brooklyn camp specific. You will see that there are these lower thirds. There we go. So in the GFX folder, you'll see how there's Captain Isaac, Captain Hananiah, and then you have Officer Jalil. He has to make others, but as we get those made specifically for each camp, you can use those. But those of you that are in Brooklyn camp, you can, whenever you have somebody that we do have already, you can pop that in. So simply how we'll do that.
Know what true justice is. Read.
And you might want to just move that over a little bit.
Know what true justice.
Now I'm not gonna, and again I'm not gonna go over how to move it or whatever, because you should already have learned that from the previous video. Now what I will teach you though, first of all, before that, the IUIC logo, it's also in the folder. Let's put this on top. Make sure you layer it up all the way in the top, just so it's not in the way, and you line it up with the video, and you put the same dip to black on that. Dip to black with the same length. Now this, we are going to move it, change it to 50%. The size and the opacity, also change it, take the time off, and change that to 50% as well. And we're gonna move this over to 143 and 964.
Know what true justice is. Read. You do not know what true justice is. Read. Isaiah.
Actually, we might want to change the opacity to 75, because that is a little too light. Maybe even 90. Yeah, 90 is good.
You do not know what true justice is. Read. Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 4. None calleth.
So now he says Isaiah 59 verse 4. Now there's a font that you should already have installed. It's called we'll get to something in a minute, but where is it? Okay, the fonts. The font is Knockout. So you'll be see the zips. You have the knockout series A to G and then H to F. Make sure you install those on there. What did he say? Isaiah 15. What?
Justice is. Read. Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 4.
So Isaiah 59 and verse 4. So now, for example, I was saying before, some of you it'll say text or title. The new version says graphics. So I say graphics, new layer, text. Right? Here I can drag it. The other ones will have a pop-up. It's the same deal. Let's see. Gotta press the T. Highlight it. Okay, what is going on? Text. There we go. He said Isaiah 59.
59 and verse 4.
Well, verse 4. So now, drag this over here. And go to Effect Controls. Now, if you have the older version, then it's going to be slightly different. But my older tutorial video covers it. This is the new style. So you just go over here to the side where it says source text and go down to look for knockout. The knockout font. That's another thing. Always constantly save. This thing is a pain in the behind. Now you're gonna use HTF 32. Is it 32? I think it's 30. It might be 30. Welterweight. That's what it is. Isaiah 59. Oh, crud. Hold on. Verse 4. There we go. Is it that? Now there should be a center. What I liked about the old way of doing it is that you can automatically center it. I don't know if it has it here. We want to add a shadow to it. Yeah, okay, so that looks better. That looks way better. That's it. Yeah. Let me see something real quick. No, that's not it. It's 30. That's what it is. HTF junior welterweight. Isaiah 59 verse 4. And that is it. The shadow. Put the shadow on it. Now, as far as position it, just try to center it as much as possible. The other, I like the previous way of doing it way more because I could automatically center it. I don't know how to do that with this yet, if that's even an option anymore. Which I highly doubt. So just try to center it as much as possible, because this new format, yeah. If you have the old format, more power to you. Alright, so after this, it's pretty darn simple. I mean, this is all you do for a camp video. Just make sure everything's on point. Except for the outro that I'm about to show you right now, and for cuts, right? Let's say that you had to cut an awkward moment.
Your brother gets shot down, and then you turn. Well, what tribe are you from?
All right, so now I'm not saying that you're gonna do this. This is an example, but if there's an awkward silence or something happened where the brother's stuttering too much, or they're just waiting to try to find a scripture for too long, this is how you would do it. You would cut it.
Well, according to this,
Cut it right there. Delete it.
What tribe are you from?
according to this,
What tribe are you from?
So you see that? So that cut looks awkward for some people. Is that if some people edit it with that, or you see a lot of YouTubers, they'll chop it, and that's the editing style. But we don't. That's not our style. So what we're gonna do is this: import. Transition 1, right?
What tribe are you from?
according to this, I'll be,
What tribe are you from?
according to this,
That's how you transition. That's the cover up. That's the patch.
What tribe are you from?
according to this,
You just put that on the layer on top. That's how you do it. What else is there? Alright, so anytime, and there's 3 forms. Now this one, whenever I do this transition, right there, I pop in the logo.
What tribe are you from?
according to this,
What tribe are you from?
And I put a little, let's see, dip to black, no, not the, cross dissolve, very short, cross dissolve.
What tribe are you from?
according to this, I'll be a gag,
What tribe are you from?
according,
Yeah, perfect.
What tribe are you from?
according to this, according to this, I'll be,
Now, now for the exiting, right? Now when you end it,
Galatians.
no. Now I'm doing this for the sake of time. Obviously, you're not gonna end it. This is not the end of the video or anything like that. Actually, I think I already edited this video and it's up on, or it should be up on YouTube already. But this is where you put the crumbling wall. If I can find it. Crumbling wall, crumbling wall, crumbling wall. Never. I don't know why we have a brown crumbling wall. We never use it. We use the gray crumbling wall.
Galatians chapter.
Now just make sure that the size is up to par.
Galatians chapter.
What in the world is going on?
Galatians chapter.
It's not really saying
Exactly.
right. You got it? Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, the RAM and memory and all that. Because it starts doing dumb stuff like this. You want to close out. Many times you just want to close out whatever else you have open.
You got it? You got it?
This is dumb. Anyways.
Come on, read.
Galatians chapter.
Okay, show right there. And then after that, we put in the final exit. Let me see. So this is actually the old one. We don't use this one. We don't use that one anymore. Oh, jeez. We don't use that. Let me see if I even have it. Could have sworn I put it in here. Alright, so I don't have... I'm gonna have to put that in the video, but basically that's what it is, alright? It's not, this isn't... The one I'm about to use, that's not the one we use. Official... Is it this one? Official ending? Okay, that's it. There we go.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events.
So that's the one they want. This is the official ending. That's what it's called. It's called official ending. It's in the folder.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. More information, please visit www.israelunite.org.
And that is it. It's not rocket science. It's very, very easy. All you do is just make sure that the brothers look good. You chop up any empty, awkward silences out. Put the little translations. There's 3 different transitions you can use. Oh, let me go over lower thirds because I think they have other lower thirds as well. So if you want to add someone's name,
Didn't exist. Then where did the 12?
you can always add it there. You know, officer, soldier, whatever. Just, you know, you'll just have to line it up. So let's say it's there, and you want to put graphics. Hold on. Text. You know, say, you know, for example, this Captain Yan. You know. Right, for Queen's Camp.
If Jacob didn't exist, which
At this point, you can have Captain Yan pop in, and you know, you play with the effects. You can put let me see, what is that wipe,
where did the 12 tribes come from? Then where did the 12 tribes come from? Then where did the 12 tribes exist? Then where did
you see how I make it go with the lower third,
then where did the 12 tribes come from?
and then it can even try regular wipe.
Exist. Then
So this one is a little faster.
then where did the 12 exist? Then where did the Jacob didn't exist? Then where exist? Then
No, too soon.
exist. If Jacob didn't exist, then where did the
Perfect.
12 tribes come from?
Okay,
I'm not saying that this is fact. I'm just saying according to the Bible, according to the Bible. I'm just saying according to the Bible.
And here you could just put a cross dissolve in the
I'm
end.
just saying according to the Bible, according to Scripture.
Boom.
If you say
So you see how that looks?
if Jacob didn't exist, then where did
Boom.
the 12
Captain
tribes come
Yan.
Okay,
from? I'm not saying that this is fact. I'm just saying according to the Bible, according to
And you could just, and that's how you do that. That's in any other member that we have that goes up, teaching up. You put their rank, soldier, whatever, and that's how you deal with that. You also have different ones in there. Let's say, you know, they have a long name or whatever, and it's all there. What else is there? What else is there? Again, that's pretty much it. Make sure that you watch it all, to make sure that all the scriptures are being hit. Everything. I mean, again, this isn't rocket science. This should be good enough. And I'm pretty sure I covered everything. Brothers, be diligent. Shalom. Also, Christ bless you.